Hi, and welcome to my bathroom. It's been 6 months since I first went live with the Rasta Mom Kitchen Show, and now today, exactly 6 months later, and with tons of magic and miracles from the universe, I'm in my self-care space offering you a self-care show, and this time with the full support of a live website and online store and YouTube channel and the whole package. So I've been working for the last many months, years perhaps, on perfecting my self-care offering for me and for my family. And now I feel like I've got it into a place where it's ready to be offered as a business. So Yellow Heart Sisters Self-Care Cooperative is officially live today. You can go to yellowheartsisters.com and check out my unfinished, imperfect, totally perfect website. And the online store is available with 8 products. There'll be more and there could be less, but they're there and ready for you to see and enjoy. So anyway, I felt called to do this, and this is a way that I'm introducing Yellow Heart Sisters, and it might also be a way in which I create the content as far as video is concerned for my website and my YouTube page. So today I'm going to start by giving you an overview of the products. So hopefully this video will become edited and placed on my website, and it will be like the intro video to who is Yellow Heart Sisters and what is the mission and what are the products and why does it exist. So that's what I'm doing, and it's a special day because it's Uncle Johnny's birthday. Happy birthday, Uncle Johnny. I hope you're having a great day. Yeah, and I guess I'll start with my why. Okay, so it's pretty funny. You may have seen the pictures that my new friend Rochelle took for Project Soulshine. And that day was kind of crazy. First of all, having met her and that coming along into my life at this time of a launch and a stepping up into my own power, into my own soul mission. Yeah, so anyway, that day I went to visit my grandma, and she gave me a picture of me from when I was really, really out of balance, really heavy and really toxic, and kind of like the least healthy period of my life, which was, of course, like for most of us, college and, you know, high school. And so anyways, I think that there's a lot of reasons for that, and I'm not blaming it all on one thing in any way, because we create exactly what we need, and so we only have gratitude for that. But anyways, I'm going to share this with you, and it's really a little challenging for me because I destroyed all other pictures that looked like this of me. But there she was, handing it to me on the day that I was having my Project Soulshine photo shoot. And that triggered some feelings. So I'm going to show it because I feel like it's really possible that my hormones were extremely out of balance. And that could have been from either excessive beer drinking or all of the chemicals that I was exposed to. We just didn't know, you know, we were using chemical everything for so long, and you don't even realize it, from makeup, which is super potentially toxic, to shampoo, body lotion, everything. It's just overwhelming how much of that there is, and there still is. And I ended up in a hormonal imbalance place, and actually quite sick, also quite well in many ways, but also quite sick, you know? And so once you realize that, you really want to do something about it. So that started my self-care journey, and it's been many years. Anyways, lots of talk. Here it is. I'm very large-breasted, as you can see, and heavy, and sluggish, and toxic. And whatever, happy and loved. So there you go. The only one of its kind. But that's like the why, you know, and it's super important to me because it's not just appearance, it's not harmless. Breast cancer, obviously a big thing, especially you know, it's increasing, it's getting worse. It's terrible. that this happens to women in the world, and mothers and sisters and daughters. So hence the birth of Yellow Heart Sisters Pit Paste, which is what really launched this as a business. This was a hobby and a passion for a really long time. And I've been making these products like Life Bars for years. I mean, this is something that I've been doing for myself and for my family for years. And I gave them to my friends and they were like, yeah, it's great, it's nice, it's super, love it, thanks. But nobody really got passionate and fell in love until I started offering pit paste. I started sampling pit paste, little jars of sweet little pit paste, to my friends, and people just got really, really passionate because that's a topic that is controversial, it's dangerous, it's intimate, it's all these things that need real deep healing. So Pit Paste was born. So I'm going to take you through my whole product line in a moment, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. I'm still talking about the why. There's young women coming up in this world today who deserve a better way than that, who deserve to be surrounded by healthy, safe products and safe self-care that is not going to make them sick or imbalanced, or not going to mess with their hormones. I mean, amazing things are happening right now for hormones. Like I just read the other day that there's a new birth control app in which you chart your cycle and get to know your cycle that's as effective as the birth control pill. If I'd have known that at the time and I didn't go on birth control pills and shot for 6 years or 4 years or whatever, and was assured over and over that it was perfectly safe not to menstruate for 2 years, no problem. Well, my inner knowing, my intuition was saying, are you sure? That doesn't sound right. Something about that sounds really off. Not menstruating whatsoever, but you can have all the sex you want, is really damaging. I ended up at 25 very sick as far as insomnia, and I wouldn't wish that on anyone. And when you go to the doctor with insomnia and maybe anxiety, what do you think they're going to tell you? They're going to not tell you to embark on a journey of self-care. They're going to tell you to take a pill. And I did not wish to take a pill, and I suffered as I figured out what to do on my own self-care journey. And I can't do anyone's journey for them, but I can certainly offer quite a bit of support along the way. So hence Yellow Heart Sisters was born. I'm going to try not to say I learned a few things from Rastamam Kitchen Show, and one of them is how not to say So I'm going to work on that. So it's hard. Healing my own former self and my inner child and the future and my precious loved ones and our daughters and our sons. And that is why I'm doing this. So I'm going to go through my product line, the product line. I'm not going to say it's mine because I'm going to share all the recipes with you. One of the things that I've learned in this journey this last year is that I don't wish to keep anything to myself. It's not mine. I didn't create it. I just listened and I made it and I processed and I tested and I spent time with these things. And as I spent time with them, they took me on a journey, and I learned, I got in touch with each one of those pieces, from my hair to my skin to my pits to my body. And so I'm going to take you on a self-care journey if you would like to go. And you can check in through my website, through Facebook Live, or through the retail store at Healthy for Life in Delafield. So that's where I have products currently. And so all the products will be at retail if you wish to go and purchase them, or you can purchase them on the online store, or you can make them yourself because I'm going to teach you how. So yeah, there is a little thing that I'm going to call the Yellow Basket program. And the Yellow Basket is something that I learned through promoting Beauty Counter. As you were probably aware if you were watching my Facebook page at all, or if we're friends, because I think this is probably going to go to mostly my friends. I was promoting Beauty Counter for 6 months, and I have let that go now to focus specifically on Yellow Heart Sisters because that's what I feel called to do. But the way that I promoted Beauty Counter was by sharing this basket so that you could like take it home, try it for a week, bring back the basket, and have a chance to spend time with the products yourself versus wondering if they might be right for you, having to buy online and then not knowing. So this is a way to introduce you to the beyond organic homemade goodness that is Yellow Heart Sisters products. So if you're interested in the yellow basket, hopefully it finds a way to get to you at just the right time. It's going to go first to Rochelle Coffee of Project Soulshine, because she was nice enough to let me go first in her project, Project Soulshine. So the yellow basket is a chance for you to try the beyond organic homemade healing goodness. So let's talk about what I talked about, the different journeys that this has taken me through, and I guess I'm going to start with pit paste. So if you haven't yet tried pit paste, I have 3 different size containers because everybody's a little different, and because this is like my favorite thing and I want there to be no reason why somebody doesn't try it or try something similar. The mission here is to get toxic chemicals out of the armpits. They're precious pits. It's the center of lymph node central. It's a crime that we've been putting on aluminum stuff and chemical stuff that I don't even know. My intuition says that conventional deodorant is dangerous. So I made natural pit paste. I'll teach you how to make it. This is one of the things, I don't know if it's considered more complicated. Not everybody stocks beeswax, cocoa butter, arrowroot powder, but you certainly can, and it is just a double boiler away from being cooked up in your kitchen. Okay, so this is the large size. Here's my logo if you haven't seen it. It says Yellow Heart Sisters, Together We Evolve. That's really important to me because that's really what has taken me through my journey when it's challenging in the way that I've supported others, is that we get through it together and we grow together. And I feel like that's the case with self-care as well. You have to do it for yourself. No one can do it for you, but you are fully supported by those who love you. And me. So Yellow Heart Sisters, and this is pit paste. This is the biggest size that I offer, and this will last one person probably 6 months. So you just simply take it with your finger and you rub it between your fingers a little bit and you just apply it like a lotion. It's temperature sensitive because it being coconut oil and beeswax and cocoa butter, those things melt at temperatures and they harden at cold temperatures. So just be aware of that. I'm looking at the rest of these sizes. They get a little hard if they're freezing cold. No problem. Just warm them up a little bit and take out that little bit, warm it up, and rub it on your pits. So part of the journey piece of the pit paste is actually working with a paste and applying deodorant to your pits by hand. The stick is wonderful and super convenient, and it goes on like a dream. But if you've never spent any time actually touching your pits, I would recommend maybe doing so. It's a big deal. Spending that every day checking in with your body is a huge part of self-care. And so touching your armpits is good. It's a good thing to try. Maybe for 6 months. This one should last you 6 months, or if you and your husband or your husband and you use it together. It should last quite a while. This is a full 4 ounces. I think it's about 4.5. I fill each one as completely full as I can. I'm not trying to get every penny I can from you. I'm trying to provide you with as much self-care goodness as I can. I think one of the problems that we're facing is being a throwaway economy, and I really want us to get away from that. So I want together to help you learn how to refill these yourself, or to recycle them by giving them back to me. So by serving the Lake Country area through the retailer Healthy for Life in Delafield, I'll have a receptacle where you can bring your used jars and tins and product containers. I would also like to ask if you would bring in to my basket that I'll have at Healthy for Life, for those of you who are local, all your essential oil bottles that were used, enjoyed, and now are empty. Instead of throwing them away, I can reuse these for samples. I'm going to show you in a minute that I have quite a few samples that are available. I thought maybe I wouldn't make them free, but if I could have $1 or $2 for the big size, 1 and 2 ounces of the body oils, then it covers my bare cost, and you can get a chance to try these things free. So these are my samples, and we'll talk about that more. But if you have leftover reusable tins and whatnot, let's refill those by collecting them at Healthy for Life. And so we will get away from being a throwaway economy to lasting products and caring for Mother Earth by not throwing these things in the garbage, refilling. So I was going to also make the packaging available if you wish to make your own of certain things. For example, a couple of my favorites, Soap and Shave and Simple Shampoo. You can buy these and then refill them, or you can even buy them empty and make them yourself. Anything to get the homemade healing self-care goodness into your hands, I'm in support of doing. Okay, so we were talking about pit paste. It works naturally by balancing the pH in the armpits and then absorbing some odors. It does not absorb moisture very much. You'll still have dampness when you sweat, but it will be completely neutral, like a child's odor, which is, they don't have them, so it's neutral, like a child's not smelling. And you will feel different. You might really love it. It's a great feeling once you realize that you don't need chemicals on your underarms to make you get through the day. That this is a natural, wonderful, soothing, healing alternative that just feels great. So it'll be a little bit of a journey, you know, as you get off the chemical products, and that is pretty special when you start going through that. So I figure if we do some self-care shows to talk through these things and to support that journey, then it will make it a little easier and smoother for you. So pit paste, this pit paste, it doesn't last as long. You are sacrificing the long-lasting nature of the tin for the convenience of this stick. And it's pretty wonderful, and I love it, and I would suggest it, absolutely, but it does not last the 6 months that this does. So that's an incentive to go to spend that time applying by hand the pit paste to your underarms. Okay, so once you're on the pit journey and you start to realize that you can be one with these natural products and to feel great and to smell great and to really not be suffering in any way at all, then you might start to wonder about other parts of your body, including your hair. So this is a part that has been harder for me because I had really strong beliefs about my hair. I actually believed that I had pretty poor hair, and I had it really short. Those of you who know me, I've had really short pixie cut for 10 years. And that became just part of like who I was, that I thought, oh, now I'm like checking out my hair. I thought that I had hair that was not healthy and full and thick and strong. I had these beliefs about my hair, including that it was oily and that I had to wash it every single day. Absolutely no ifs, ands, or buts. I had to wash my hair every day. It was not acceptable to not wash my hair. And then blow dry and curl and shampoo and conditioner and all this stuff and coloring. So I recently got on the train of the less shampoo movement, and I will call it a movement because it's been happening for a while. People have been discovering this for quite a while now, and I do feel like I'm a little late to the party, but right on time for me. So what I did is I started by using a natural shampoo, first step, and then I started by shampooing every other day. And so that in-between day was a little rough. I did not really enjoy that very much. So I developed, where is it? Dry shampoo. It's a little cornstarch arrowroot. I use a little bit of white clay. It's a dry shampoo powder that you just shake onto your roots and then you just kind of work it in. And I didn't know about that before, but then you do all this. And okay, I did not wash my hair today. Isn't that amazing? I washed it yesterday morning. And with the dry shampoo, look at all that volume. It's like bouncing and behaving, as Marty Max would say. That is unwashed hair, and I love it. I couldn't be happier about it. When I use conventional shampoo now, and I shampoo and conditioner, I feel really dry hair. And I'm like, wait a second, this is not how it used to feel. Did it really feel like this every day and I didn't know it? I don't know, but I just know that it feels so much better. I don't know, I pushed through this journey maybe 6 months now that I've been washing. My goal was to wash every other day, and I feel no problem with that anymore. But it takes a while, because the first few days you're like, I'm greasy, this is unacceptable, I can't go out in public like this. But your body adjusts, and you no longer are greasy, you are glowy, and you're no longer, it's glossy, and it takes on a whole new feeling, and nothing is dry about it anymore, and I love that. So I started by doing shampooing every other day. So half of this stuff is actually less is more mentality. It's cheaper and easier on the earth because it's actually starting by doing less, which is pretty cool. So I made simple shampoo as well. This is one of the things, a couple of these things aren't available on the website yet. They may be, and they'll probably be at Healthy for Life soon. I figured that it's important to just go ahead and get it live, and I can fill in some of the missing pieces as we go. Simple shampoo is simply Castile soap and homemade coconut milk. So coconut milk is made with dry coconut and water in a blender, and that's all there is to it. So this is like, seriously, that's why it's called simple shampoo. It is simple shampoo, but it feels totally different on your hair. It feels like glossy goodness. It's a little different. It'll take a little while. If you're just starting with the hair journey, I would recommend starting by washing every other day with your existing shampoo and working in the dry shampoo on your off days. This is going to be a really easy one for you to make at home if you want to. It's just a couple of things. It's just a couple simple ingredients. And then I use rose geranium essential oil for hope. So I think hope on your head is a good thing. Rose geranium is an essential oil that enhances your feelings of hope. So this is a little bit about the hair journey. This is what I would invite you to do if you have not yet already done so. And just bringing your awareness into your head. I mean, it's your crown chakra. It's not just this thing attached to your head. It's your head, and it's the energy around you, your aura and all that. So that's the hair journey. So we talked about the pit journey, and we talked about the hair journey. And we're going to talk next about the face journey. And that is a thing, let's see, where is it? The joy of oil cleansing. This is face oil cleanser. And if you've never used oil cleanser, it's different than soap cleanser. Using soap on your face dries it out. And so a lot of the things that we're talking about are really bringing you to a more natural, balanced with balanced oils. It's instead of, it just makes sense if you think about it. Instead of stripping the oils from your face with soap and then replacing them with moisturizer, you can still use your moisturizer. I'll show you that too, of what I've made. But cleansing with an oil cleanser, you get your washcloth nice and hot. and then you dampen your face and you use a little bit of face cleansing oil, and then you put on the hot washcloth, and the hot water and the oils just melt away the day of grime on your face. And then you can do a little mist, a little toner, and this is, where'd it go? Oh, I don't seem to have it. The Lift Balm. This was a product that I offered in January called, I called it at that time, the January Full Moon Creation. It has come Lift Balm. Lift stands for Looking Inward for Truth. And that is what I chose to call our nighttime face balm, because really the beauty is from within, and the answers are from within, and the truth is from within. So looking inward for truth. I thank my dad for that. And so that goes all over. That can be used on the face, neck, and shoulders. And Lift Balm is a wonderful night balm for the face. So that's just a few things to kind of get you started. So I invite you to get to the pit paste kind of as soon as you can, getting chemicals off your body in the most tender and precious place first, and that would be the pits. And then I invite you to skip your shampoo tomorrow and go every other day with shampoo, and then maybe even try a homemade shampoo and use the dry shampoo to help get you through and just start to feel the difference in your hair. So I'm really interested to hear how other people feel about that, and if they're feeling the differences that I'm feeling. And then the face, of getting away from, especially if you have problem skin, to get away from the harsh cleansers, about drying out and taking your skin into like this really dry place and then trying to replace with unnatural moisturizers. So face cleansing oil is a wonderful way to clean your face without stripping your natural oils. And then the last thing that I'm going to share with you today is my own personal love, which is Life Bars. Life Bars are what I discovered. Do you recommend using the oil cleanser if you wear makeup, a lot of makeup? Definitely. Actually, the oil cleanser wipes away the makeup better than anything I've ever used. Any kind of foaming cleanser or soap. I don't feel as good as when I use the oil cleanser, which just kind of melts away the makeup. And yeah, for sure. Remember like in the old days where women used to use cold cream or creams to clean their face at night? It's kind of the same concept, is that oil blends with oil, so it all kind of melts away, and it's really nice feeling. So yes, I do. Yeah, thank you. So Life Bars are what we use to give ourselves self-care at the end of the day. So I'm going to talk a little bit about self-care itself. This is all self-care. But self-care itself, this concept of tuning in to your own feeling at every day, checking in with your body. How am I feeling? What are my needs? And listening to the wisdom of your body, especially in this age of information. Now is such an important time to tune into our intuition. Self-care is where we can be our own, kind of like your own general contractor. So you wouldn't put somebody totally in charge of your health or your body, just the way you wouldn't put somebody totally in charge, besides yourself, of, anything. Going to your doctor is a wonderful resource, and going to all your healers, like your acupuncturist and your massage therapist and all these different people who support you, these are all wonderful resources. But self-care recognizes that you are your own general contractor. You're in charge of your own ship. And so checking in with yourself on a daily basis and listening to your own body's needs. And also, I want to teach you how to use Life Bars, and we'll go more in depth into that. But using a Life Bar is giving yourself a gentle, tender foot massage every night as a way of thanking your body for all that it does for you each day and spending some time listening to your body. So I like to do a combination, and I did this a little bit in the Rasta Mom show. I like to use a combination of self-massage and stretching. And in that way is, for me, I feel like I'm able to thank my body for what it did for me during the day. So I always, and sometimes I will use that kind of similar to how we use meditation. It's kind of a meditation for the body. It's where you stop, you're quiet, you go inward, you listen, you thank your body for all that it does for you every day, often without thanks or praise. Your feet, your legs. So taking a Life Bar and sitting down in your self-care space that I would encourage you to create, and we'll talk more about that. Making yourself a self-care space where you can sit down and listen to your body and thank your body with some homemade products like Life Bars and body oils, where you will give yourself a nice foot massage and you will stretch into those tired or sore or achy muscles, and you'll find yourself having maybe a prayer of gratitude, maybe picking a card from decks like these, maybe sitting with some crystals like these, maybe lighting a candle, a beeswax candle like these, and putting on some gentle music. Make sure that you're warm, and create a self-care space where you feel that you can go on a daily basis, sometimes in the middle of the day, but for sure at night, where you sit down with your Life Bar and you spend time just actively caring for yourself and actively listening to what your body's needs are, to tune in to the wisdom and the magic that is your own self and your own body. So in this show, or these videos, I would like to include young children as well, and men. So it's really for everybody. As you may have noticed, the logo design and the packaging, I really want to include men just as much as women. And the products are all designed with men in mind as well. For example, Life Bars make a wonderful aftershave balm, and lip balm, anything, dry cracked hands, anything. They are wonderful for men. Pit Paste, the scent that I've chosen, wonderful for men. You just don't smell like anything. My husband and I, we wear our clothes 5 times before we wash them now. 5 times. Can you imagine? I do laundry half as much, for sure. We take off our shirts and we smell them, and they smell perfect, so we put them back in the closet 5 times. Eventually we'll be like, I think I spilled something, let's wash it. But your clothes don't smell. For me. Now, 2 people who've ever used it who've had sensitivities for baking soda. So if you have any kind of baking soda sensitivity, there's a bit of baking soda and arrowroot. And the baking soda is not just aluminum free, and not just, it's not Arm & Hammer. It is non-chemical processed baking soda. Beyond Organic is what I call all of our ingredients, because I'm not going to be able to get certified organic, or don't really even choose to, since I don't feel that that is particularly necessary. I'd like to share my commitment to Beyond Organic products, which means that I choose only ingredients that are at least organic, which means that if they can be organic and local, organic and sustainable, or even biodynamic, I'm really working to choose the best ingredients that I can. So, so Beyond Organic self-care products, and as we go on this journey, we'll just, like Rasta Mom, I had a very clear vision that it was going to be 30 days, and I was going to just do this show for 30 days and just see what happened. That was great. I am so grateful for that. This time I'm going to do it a little more freely, where it might not be every day, and I might be filling orders, and I might be whatever, creating new things. But I am going to be consistently walking us through this journey as I create Yellow Heart Sisters and as you discover more and more self-care magic. So that starts today, and I thank you for being a part of this with me. This is my website launch and my online store launch, and I've been working on this for a really long time, and I'm really pleased that today was the magical day that it was all ready. And I thank you for making me feel so supported and comfortable that I could go ahead and launch from my bathroom floor and launch a website that's perfectly imperfect and constantly changing and not quite done, but that's okay. And I still say we're gonna get there. So Yellow Heart Sisters Yellow Basket Program, if you're interested, please let me know. Check out my website and my online store. You might want to check in with me. I've had a couple of test orders through the online store, but I want to make sure that the shipping gets added, so we need to work out the bugs. So any of my first orders, I really am very grateful for working with me as I get up and running. So hello, and from Yellow Heart Sisters for the first time, and thank you for being so supportive as a group. It's been really an amazing journey, and I look forward to discovering what each day brings from here forward. So thanks, and see you soon. Thank you, angels.